Hi everyone. Today I would like to discuss some of the. I talked about behavior problems and behavior disorders in in terms of like a positional defiant disorder, conduct disorder, and all different features of behavior problems. I want to talk to the importance of teaching children at a very young age what is necessary for them to have certain expectations and what are accepted and not acceptable um, behaviors that affect child's upbringing, child's learning in school, and also at home. So first, I would like to address parents, and then I would talk to and also try to as a I worked as a teacher and work with many different students in terms of behavior and what is important to teach at home and what is important to teach in school and all that. So, let's say you have a child who is like almost two and starts exploring and doing all kinds of different stuff that you think that child should not be doing, meaning they're throwing stuff around, they're constantly throwing temper tantrums and all that. You have to start putting structure in place. Reward the good behavior. Do not let the child learn that by negative behavior, by doing things negatively, that he or she is going to get what they want. You have to teach them that. You have to teach them to say words like "please," "give me," very short words, so that student. Sorry, I'm learning as a habit being a teacher, so I'm learning about students. But as a child, you have to do that. So you do not want to and reward positive behavior. Positive behavior is very, very important to be rewarded. So if you put in a structure where um, your child is not organized or is not picking up the stuff at home, um, you have to put hands on, teach them how to pick up the stuff, walk with them, put your hands on that, your hands as a parent, you can do that. Um, and guide them through step by step. Pick up the toys, pick up this, organize that. That is very, very important feature for child to learn how to organize the stuff and how to be in a structure. So, and if that child does pick up everything that you want him to pick up, then you reward that behavior immediately. Here is this. Here's the playtime. Here's whatever the reward that your child likes, you should reward them with that. But because they pick up, and let's say if they once you start teaching them and then they start doing it on their own, you want to even give bigger rewards. At times, unfortunately, that's not going to happen. So you might have to remove that reward, meaning you're not going to reward them because they didn't pick up the toys or they didn't organize their stuff or they didn't complete something that needed to be done on time. So you have to balance it at the same time, but I would focus on positive and reinforcement, meaning giving rewards and incentives. Or, if you pick up your toys, I will give you additional time to watch TV. Or if you pick up your toys, I will do this. If you fold this, if you do that, you will be rewarded accordingly. So I think that is a very important uh, feature to teach child at home to pick up and teach your child how to tie their own shoes, because as a teacher I tied million shoes, and if I had $1 for every shoe that I tied, I would be a millionaire today. Do not rush in the morning, and just because you're rushing to get the student in, to get your child in school, you tie their shoes, and then that child is like 5, 6 years old, 10 years old, and still doesn't know how to tie their shoes. So that's very important to learn to teach. Is stop. When you have a time, teach a child how to what's it called? How to tie tie their shoes, and that's basic thing that needs to be done. And I've seen many kids who come in school, they don't know how to tie their shoes. Even older kids, that's not acceptable. So, as a parent, structure, meaning you have to put in rewards, you have to structure their time, how much TV they should do, how much phone or technology they should use, and what they should do. Reward positive behavior, and you want to remove the reward when unexpected behavior, or hitting or kicking or screaming or yelling. You want to teach that child that they need to be kind, they need to use kind words to get what they want. All right, so it is very important to have that structure very early on for your kids, very early on. If you do not have that structure in place very early on, it's just going to become harder and harder. As the kids get older and older, they become more resilient, they resist you more, and they don't want to listen to you anymore. So putting those things in place is very important. And I would say do that as much as you can, and do not let the child wear you out, because they're going to test your resolve. They're going to test you, how much are you ready, and how much are you willing to go and test your patience. And do not get into some kind of power struggle with your child. Set the rules, set the expectations, make it clear, and this is what's going to happen. And if you have to ground them, then you ground them, and that's it.